I'm not even gonna try and make an actual audio spectrum because last time I tried doing that, it was an absolute pain in the ass to do, so I'll just use the crappy little sticker that CapCut has. But look, my Sprunky project is canceled, okay? So, main reasons why. One, Sprunky basically just dying out in popularity. Two, I just don't want to do it anymore out of respect for the creator of Sprunky, as he has said that he wants to move on from Sprunky. So, for that reason, Sprunky, Fear the Dark World is cancelled. And second of all, generally just because of how bad situation has gone with this game. Like, it's genuinely so sad to see a game made by a 15-year-old get turned into a straight up brain rot ass game. It is genuinely so sad. And the fact that people were hating on him because the game was quote unquote cringe, even though it was just a silly Incredibox mod made on Scratch, it's just so sad. The fact that people were acting as if he was the one who made these brain rot animations is even more disgusting. Like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so that's why Sprunky Fear the Dark World is cancelled. Now, let's just move on to what made me sad about canceling this. So, to start off, I'm sad that I'm canceling this because of Black's design. Because, um, by the way, this is off script. Actually, this doesn't even have a script. But if you can hear me scratching my back, it's because I'm recording this with the microphone on my phone. I mean, on my phone with my earbud, which I don't know even know if it has it, but still. But as I was saying, it's Black's design because look, this was Black's original design for Sprunky Fear the Dark World back when it was Sprunky remixed. This was his first design. This is from a scrapped concept art page, which I scrapped because I didn't like it. It was too much like Sprunky retake, which I didn't want it to be that much. It was inspired by Sprunky retake, but it felt like a just straight up knockoff, or like a retake of Sprunky retake. And this is the new design that I sketched out while I was making the now scrapped cover art for Sprunky Fear the Dark World's OST. Like, dude, this design is so good. Like, I'm genuinely sad that I didn't get to use it. Because it was actually good. And also, if I'm fading out, that's because I'm not using my... That's because it's not picking up audio from my microphone. So I'm just going to straight up hold my phone again. Because I had it on the counter. But, like I was saying, the design was so good. Another reason, and this the final reason, I know there was only two, but it was also because I wanted to make this so badly because it was going to be my first animated project. Because I am wanting to get into animation. Like, I genuinely have some animation tests, which I haven't posted. Well, I guess I have now because I'm showing them on screen. There's even one which I'm just showing teasers for that uses Sprunky characters that is not done. And I've probably been making this since like November. Like, it's that old. Well, then I'm genuinely so proud of this one. Well, like, once it's done, it'll be honestly pretty funny in my opinion. But, yeah, but nevertheless, it's also because I just wanted it to be my first animated project and because of how much stuff I had set up for it. Which, speaking about that, what was going to happen? So, this is going to be a gist of it. I'll probably make a part 2 of this, which is a full deep dive into what was going to happen. But the gist of it is that Gray is having visions in his dreams of this door that is basically just straight up the door to my room, like my room in real life. Even like the FNAF plush show house, or just straight up my house. And every time he opens the door, he just wakes up, and like he sees a bunch of stuff that he feels like he's seen before, like a doll of it being sold by this guy. I'm not even kidding. And basically, if you don't remember, this is also one of the very SMO Wiki inspired, which explains this concept art for Wenda's Eve corrupted form, I guess you can say. So yeah, and also not just that, but I also was going to have some sort of connection to my other plush series, like Bendy FNAF plush, like Bendy plush though, and FNAF plush though, or basically both because I don't know if I said this before. I honestly forgot. They're set in the same universe. It's not a separate universe or an alternate universe. It's the same universe, but I wanted there to be a connection, which explains why Fazington's Crap Shack exists as concept art or something else just gonna straight up be used. But yeah, back on track, back on track. So then, and this fellow called, this fellow called, the Jimmy, called Jimmy Goodman. That's his actual name. Don't ask why it's Mr. Goodman from SML's name. But he shows up and he basically starts running Sprunky Town. And out of nowhere, a giant virus outbreak happens, and then people start reporting the sky turning red, and also strange mutations. And there was even this design for a redesign of Simon, and yeah, but back on track, back on track. So then, when Gray was going to get ambushed by one of the monsters, I don't exactly know which one it was going to be because the story was still being written when it was canceled. Well, the story was still being written when I decided to cancel it. But basically, for this case, because I'm thinking about the sheriff animation, let's just say it was Durple, who would have also been based on the sheriff animation. And yeah, basically, Gray would escape and he would end up meeting with a survivor group, which I don't really remember who it was gonna be, but let's just say it consisted of Fumba, Wenda, and the sheriff dude. I forgot his name. Tunner, and yeah, and Pinky as well. Well, and then the next episode would have been that they found Brud, who's looking for Simon, and the end would have been a reference to TCP's the Day of Imbalance, with the ending being a direct reference, with it being Simon and biting a piece of the Brud's head off. Basically, a whole bunch of stuff happens later. And basically, it turns out that Wenda has been getting these hallucinations of Black. And he's basically been speaking to her all Green Goblin style. And he tells her that if they can make a deal that'll make everything go back to normal, which is just all she wants. And then this ends up allowing him to possess her, and he ends up taking her body over, and, well, shanking it. And then Gray fights back. Wenda becomes this, or maybe this. I still couldn't decide which one it would be. And then Gray gets killed. And then he meets a divine being who, for this case, let's just say was Jerry from Jeffy's Infinite Rita, I guess. And he explains that due to the cancellation of Sprunky, this is the gist of it, but because Sprunky was canceled, basically all the Sprunky universes are falling apart, right? And how somehow his universe is the only one that hasn't fallen apart yet, and that has been surviving, and that if he doesn't want it to fall apart fully, he has to make all the right decisions so that he doesn't die. Basically revealing that he's his universe's anchor being, which if you haven't seen Deadpool 3, an anchor being is basically somebody so important to that universe that once they die, their universe starts to straight up decay. So yeah. And so basically, blah blah blah. He finishes it off, and then he kills Black. That's the gist of it. And then it would have ended off there. And yeah, that's the gist of it. But again, it will never happen. If you want to use the story, go ahead. But like, at least credit me. You're going to. But yeah, that's why you won't be seeing it. It won't happen. It's canceled. I might I might turn it into an AU, post it on like DeviantArt or something, but I highly doubt it. So yeah, just wanted to say that. Expect a deep dive into the full story to come soon. I'm assuming that like I'm gonna try to finish writing the story so I can give y'all a deep dive, like an actual deep dive, instead of just half-assing it with the unfinished story. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish the story and then make a full deep dive on what the story would be. So, yeah, it's canceled. If you want to use the story, by all means, go ahead. Just credit me, I guess. Yeah, bye. Also, before this ends, I just want to say that my last Sprunky video will probably be, or my last Sprunky videos, because I want to make 2 more of these, but they will probably be basically every Sprunky, brain rot dub 1 and 2. I mean, 2 and 3. So yeah, those will probably be my last Sprunky videos. I'll probably reference it eventually. Like, maybe in a possible crossover video with FNAF Plus Show, Bendy Plus Show, and everything else I might do. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Bye.